Welcome to Kearney High School. My name is Alex.
And I'm Nat.
And we're going to give you a tour. We're going to enter some classrooms.
We're going to talk to some faculty and some students.
Let's go.
We're about to enter the gym. In the gym, we play some sports like volleyball and basketball. It also hosts some of our assemblies and pep rallies. Let's go check it out.
The students in gym class enjoy playing badminton and volleyball.
All right, good morning. My name is Vincent Almeida. I'm the Athletic Director and Director of Student Services here at Kearney High School. It's the most exciting thing to be able to share great moments in our student athletes and students' lives at different sporting events, whether it's the kids on the court or the field that are working hard and performing well and having either highs of winning or lows of losing, but also sharing that experience with students in the crowd who are living or having these life experiences that they'll remember for the rest of the time, and to be part of that something special.
Representing a school is what I always wanted to do in high school because I wanted to be like part of something school spiritish. I joined like freshman year majority to find friends. Running was just kind of a part of it.
My name is Bridget Garrido, and this year in fall I was on the volleyball team. It was a really good experience. This was my first year officially being on the team, and I had a very fun time with all the girls. The pep rallies were just really exciting and fun because it was a first time experience, and just seeing everyone there and everyone being introduced, it was just like a nice environment.
Now you're about to enter in the dental class with Miss Marsh.
Some fun projects worked on in this class are the students working on the dental chair and on hygiene. Let's go check it out.
In the dental class, we observed students making molds. The molds were fitted to another student's mouth who was standing in as a patient. The students worked collaboratively on the project.
It is difficult because you have to be precise with the placement of where you put the molds. If it's just a little bit too high up, you're not going to get the correct mold and it's going to deform. Well, we make sure that everyone is, like Miss Marsh always checks our molds when we make them to make sure we're getting the precise placements. Right now we're learning about the instruments, we learned about everything on the chair. I like making people smile and be confident with themselves.
I also like watching how students learn, whether it's through our lectures or through hands-on. It's nice to see how different students learn different ways. I just want to make sure that they're comfortable and making sure that they're kind of stepping out of their comfort zone.
It's full speed ahead in the automotive classes. Here is instructor Mr. Ribeiro talking about some of the projects his students are working on in the shop.
Well, the shop is something new for them because it's an experience they never had before. They work good together. Usually I team them up on projects, and they collaborate, they talk, they build friendships here that they didn't have. So usually we have 20 strangers and then we leave with 20 friends.
Currently we're working on a Ford Explorer 2016 and we're doing brake jobs. As soon as we come into the shop, we're all like a family. We really barely argue or anything. We're just all together, we work together, and we all treat each other like the same.
Hello, my name is Mr. Talone. I am the Builder Trades instructor for Kearney High School. With this class, it is great because it introduces them to 5 different trades that are heavily needed and high paying.
My name is Brandon Fuentes. My favorite project from Mr. Talone's class was building our own houses and stuff. He made us build our own house with the materials he had. Everybody in my class was all friendly to each other and stuff. It was just really fun.
Hey Kearney High, today we interviewed Kearney's culinary class and spoke to the chef and the student about the culinary department.
Oh, hi, my name is Joseph Carator. I'm one of the culinary arts chefs here at Kearney High School. The recipes are in collaboration with the other two chefs here at Kearney High School, Mr. and Mrs. Barone. So we kind of collaborate together. There was already like a database of recipes, so we kind of pick off of that.
I'm Christian Escandon, and I'm in the culinary class. We have 2 days to make what we are making. So last class we were making pretzels. So the first day is preparation day. So we have all the stuff to prepare like the pretzels. So basically the mixer helps to get the ingredients together, get the dough better, and after the dough is ready, we put it in the freezer.
This next class is a fun one. Here we have the dance room, and the teacher is Miss Bella.
The students love having her as a teacher. There are 2 levels of dance classes as well as a dance academy.
The dance program is led by Miss Bella, who is dedicated to teaching students, both experienced and new of the dance of art. Each class starts off with a detailed warm-up, stretches, and later follows up with choreo taught and performed every year.
I love teaching dance for high school. That was my favorite to do, is high school level. My favorite part of teaching is probably the relationships that I establish with the students and having them for so many years and just watching them grow as individuals and dancers.
Senior student Gabriela Barona has been taking the class for 4 years and also spoke about her experience with the class.
In my dance class, I'm working on choreographing a solo for myself, choreographing a group dance for the Academy Level 2, as well as teaching a full class and an electronic portfolio. My favorite part of being in a dance class is watching the other dancers perform, because I believe dance is an art and you don't always have to be like crying or really expressing your emotion in your face. Your movements can tell a story, and I think it's really beautiful when you can feel like a dancer is really performing passionately.
What's up, guys? We're going to show you how we set up for a podcast of what happened yesterday.
Yeah, this is our weekly podcast, and we're just going to show you our process of how we run it. Welcome back to another segment of What Happened Yesterday. Yay! So today's podcast isn't really like the usual weekly podcast that we do. This week we're going to take you on a behind-the-scenes look of what usually goes on when we record our podcast.
Like our cameras, like our mics, like our people in the back, and our cameramen. Pretty much fun, right?
Just going to break down everything. So first and foremost, the most important part when we do our podcast is, of course, the cameras. So we have 3 different cameras with 3 different people behind them. We have camera 1, and camera 2, and camera 3. So each camera has a purpose. So for example, when I'm talking, camera 1 would be pointing at me.
When I'm talking, camera 2, and then when we're talking,
camera 3. So yes, and then we also have, it's not the cameramen that are switching the cameras. We have 2 technicians in the back. We have someone on the switcher and someone with our audio, which leads us to our next section, I guess, is our mics. We both have microphones. We have these beautiful microphones in front of us that captures all of the sound. And yeah, and we usually have a script every week and talking about topics of everything. But yeah, other than that, yes, thank you so much for tuning in.
Students are getting to tell their story. When you have something to say, when you're doing an interview, when you're setting up a show, you still have a message to convey to an audience. It's the same way if you're writing, it's the same way if you're telling a story orally. That's the beautiful thing about working in a school that's so big, is people come from so many different backgrounds and they're telling their stories in so many different ways.
The yearbook classes and clubs help capture all the great achievements in school.
My favorite parts of yearbook class are definitely the creativity that it involves. I really like how we can create our own designs, input our own pictures, create our own fonts even, and really just make any page our own. And I really have fun with everyone in the class. It's a lot of teamwork actually. There's a lot of voting happening with formats of pages, a lot of voting with, personal pages like music pages or kind of social media stuff. So it's a lot of voting and teamwork.
In AP Studio Art, you have a lot of creative freedom. You have to establish what you want your sustained investigation to be for the year. So it's kind of a big commitment, but I've had a lot of flexibility so far in what I was like getting to explore. I like to delve into a lot of social issues. AP Studio Art has allowed me to do that while using any medium that I'd like.
Hi, welcome to the KHS Auditorium. This is where students gather for assemblies and other performances. This is the stage in the auditorium, and here we've had many performances such as the Poetry Out Loud.
The best of me is sucked out and wasted. I forget. Everything but death comes to me and makes me work and give up what I have. And I forget. Sometimes I growl, shake myself and spatter a few red drops for history to remember. Then I forget.
The winter concert. And the senior play.
Look, a pencil. Oh my gosh! Did I die? Thank you.
And soon enough, we will have Shrek the Musical as well being performed on this very stage.
We sat down with Ms. Gonzalez, who spoke about her experience during the senior play Super Freaks and teaching musical theater and chorus classes here at KHS.
Directing the plays and the musicals is very fulfilling to me, particularly the senior play, because it's only seniors. So I meet a new crop every year. Many of them have never acted before. So seeing their growth from the very beginning audition to the final product, for me personally, is amazing. The audience only sees the finished product, so I get to see the process, and that's really special. They get on stage and they nail the performance, and I'm just their biggest cheerleader in the background. Woo, you did it!
Working on Super Freaks, it was really fun. It was a fun experience working with people that I usually wouldn't hang out with before, and it was a nice way to get to know people, and yeah, it was overall a nice experience. Being in K-Brits is really great because we not only get to perform in school, but also outside of school.
In chorus class, it's a very welcoming community. Everyone around you is singing beautifully, and they're very welcoming and nice people all around. And it's a very welcoming community, and maybe it brings a spark out that you didn't know was inside of you.
So in band, we like to focus on one goal, which is the music, performing the music. So if they all focus, all of them, into one goal, they'll be able to understand how to do that, and they'll be able to shape it into their own lives and see how they can use what they've learned in band and put that towards their own lives.
It's really like a support. It's like a family. Like it's really like everything. We're so close, and like Mr. Kanye always like pushes us to do our best. So it's like you can really like learn and grow.
It's a very positive environment here. You know, you have a lot of access to, teachers and administrators. You can talk to them about, your problems or, your future goals, or you can get advice about, college or just life beyond, Kearney High.
I think it's really helpful, the resources given to us by the school, like the fact that we can go to our guidance counselors if we ever need anything.
practice and know that just because like if you just started, you can always get better.
Honestly, I think just if you have a good group of friends, everything's just going to be good. And it's a little hard at first, but you'll get used to it.
You know, it's good to have a good relationship with your teachers and have good connections with them.
You know, don't take it for granted. You have 4 years here, you know. Try to do a lot of different stuff, meet new people, you know, gain experience about different things that you could use in your future.
A piece of advice I would have for them is to enjoy their years of high school and also focus on their studies.
Enjoy high school to the fullest. Make sure you always keep up with your work and make new friends. Don't be scared to branch out and try new things.
Keep in mind what you want to do in your future, but just because you're entering high school doesn't mean it's like definitive. There's going to be like room for you to change what you want to do.
Always ask for help, because that was a big thing I learned. Like, never think that you have to do everything on your own, because there are so many teachers and counselors like willing to help you.